Welcome back to the channel. A couple weeks ago I reviewed this camera here, the DJI Osmo Action 4. I liked it, and from the sounds of the comments, you guys liked it too. Now, DJI is very confident in this little camera, so much so that they asked me to do a head-to-head comparison between the Action 4 and the GoPro Hero 12. Now, that's a pretty bold strategy when you think about it. When you think about action cameras, the first name that comes to mind is often GoPro. I myself have owned the Hero Session 5, Hero 7, Hero 10, and Hero 11. I've even won the GoPro Best Line video contest, so I know the brand well. Now, is DJI overconfident, or have they truly just delivered a better product than the Hero 12? That's what we're going to find out today here on Mount Frome. We're going to do a couple back-to-back laps, and I want you guys to be the judge. Let me know down in the comments which camera you think delivers the best POV mountain bike footage. All right, first lap's going to be warm-up down Floppy Bunny. Now, each of these cameras I'm going to put in full auto mode in terms of video settings. Color grading, it's not that big a deal, but it's kind of annoying, and I feel like most people will just use it in the standard settings. That's what we're going to start with, except for the audio. Both cameras are going to be with wind noise off, and I've installed windscreens using some double-sided tape on each camera. Let's drop in. Right. All right, next lap, we're gonna head down a trail called Imonator. Full of skinnies. If you watch the channel, you've definitely seen me ride this trail before. Now this lap, I'm gonna set both cameras in D-Log. I'll do some color grading, see what the results look like. No matter how many times I've ridden this trail, I haven't done it for a while, it's still scary. Come on. Come on. Don't think that would have set any records, but still fun. Remind me, if I ever do another camera comparison, to order one of those silly mounts that lets you hold two cameras at once, so I don't have to keep pushing back up to the top to film back-to-back laps. All right, third trail of the day, 7th secret. It's getting a little dark. We're on the east side of the mountain here. The sun is must be getting close to setting. It's definitely harder to see. Now for reference, it's getting a little hard to see. Certain parts, like right now, a little bit lighter, but overall, my night vision is working overdrive here. I'll get skinnier every year. So there you have it, 3 laps comparing the GoPro Hero 12 and the DJI Osmo Action 4. Very curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now it's time for me to do my little comparison between these two cameras, talking about the physical features, and then I'll do some side-by-side comparisons, point out the differences I noticed between the footage. Physically, these cameras are quite similar in terms of both their size and shape. The Action 4 is a little bit smaller and a little bit lighter, but nothing significant. The biggest difference is actually the mounting system. So if you look at the Action 4, on the bottom you have these 2 magnetic mounts, and that clips in here with their quick release system, and then you can mount that to your helmet. Contrast that with the Hero 12, which has built-in mounts on the bottom that flip out like so. It's a little bit lower profile once you actually take the mount into consideration. And someone pointed out in my last video that the GoPro is a little bit easier if you're going to be mounting your camera underneath your visor, just because of that low profile. I much prefer the DJI system, however. It's just much quicker and easier to snap the mounts on and off. Really easy to take your camera off between laps so you don't have as much weight on your neck. Another difference is if you're planning on filming vertical video, the Action 4 comes with this cage here. Pops onto the camera, and then you have magnetic mounts so you can mount the camera vertically. I'm not sure how you film vertically with the Hero 12. You must be able to order either a separate cage, or you can get a 3D printed battery door that has some mounts on it, but you do have to go out and buy those because they don't come with a camera. Both cameras have front and rear displays, however only the Action 4 has a front and rear touchscreen, whereas the Hero 12 is rear touchscreen only. The Action 4's touchscreens are also much more responsive than the GoPro. The GoPro surprisingly feels very cheap. It almost feels like a knockoff of itself because it's so much slower compared to the DJI or my Insta360 that I used last season. With both cameras using automatic settings, the first thing I noticed is the difference in color. The DJI seems to have more accurate color representation, white balance looks a little bit better. The GoPro seems a bit red or purple. Now you can adjust that in post, but we are talking about how the footage looks coming straight off the camera. For image quality, the GoPro has a bit of an advantage. You look down at the woodwork and the rocks on the trail, I noticed a bit more detail, a little bit more clarity in the shot. Although when you compare the footage that was shot in log and then color graded, you really don't see that much difference in the details. So I wonder if DJI has different bit rates when you're filming in the normal mode versus the pro mode. And now for the low light video comparison. This is the biggest difference between these two cameras, and it shows just how poorly the GoPro handles low light. The DJI uses a larger sensor size which helps it capture more light, and this is especially useful when you're mountain biking in the forest and you will frequently encounter low light situations. In terms of stabilization, both cameras do an excellent job. The DJI looks a little bit more natural as you go through corners, keeps a bit more of the lean so you feel like you're the rider who's ducking and weaving in the trees. Both cameras offer a wide field of view, but the GoPro does have a taller sensor, so you can capture a bit more of the horizon at the top of the screen and the bike at the bottom of the screen. The trade-off is there's certainly more distortion, especially watch my stem as it goes towards the edges of the screen. It looks very distorted to me, and I don't really get that same sense from the Action 4. For audio, let's start by listening to the GoPro footage in isolation. Despite having windscreens, there's still quite a bit of wind noise in the GoPro audio. Now let's listen to the DJI for comparison. The DJI does a better job of managing that low-end rumble from the wind noise. However, it does seem to pick up higher frequencies, and I can notice a bit more of a hum or buzz from my hub. On laps 2 and 3, I made a mistake with the GoPro audio and somehow turned wind reduction on. Now, if you listen to this clip, you'll understand why I had it off in the first place. As soon as I pick up speed and the wind reduction kicks in, it sounds like I'm riding underwater, the sound gets really muffled, and then if I slow down, the audio goes back to normal. All right, third trail of the day, 7th secret. It's getting a little dark. We're on the east side of the mountain here. The sun is must be getting close to setting. Given the choice between the two cameras, I think I would go with the Action 4. They both do a great job. You can get good POV footage from either camera, but the Action 4 just edges out the Hero 12 because of the low light performance, better mounting system, a little bit better stabilization, and better color management. Alright folks, thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know which camera you prefer, whether it's the DJI Osmo Action 4 or the GoPro Hero 12.